Hey, what's up? Now I don't usually do this with movie reviews or like that, but for this case, I am going to make an exception. Oh, but before I get to that, a little bonus feature I'd like to show here. I got this today. Came in the mail. Last Bronx for the Sega Saturn. Yes. You can tell where I'm going with this one, right? But anyway, yeah, this came, so I can't wait to look forward to be playing some of this pretty soon. So, yesterday, I went to go see the Amazing Spider-Man movie, and, yeah, I don't know what to say about this movie. Well, I do know what to say about it, but it's probably not going to come out to, amazing or spectacular, whatever adverb you want to use, adjective you want to use for this movie. Excuse me. So, anyway, yeah, basically, man, I don't know where to start, because I want to do this spoiler-free. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so if anybody wants to go see the movie, by all means go see the movie. And I don't want to, like, sit there and spoil it, any story-wise, but this movie, it just didn't seem to, it just didn't work. I'm sorry, they had everything there, not everything, they had a lot of what they needed to make this movie work. They just kind of, it was kind of misshapen, they just, you know, threw it all over the place. The whole reason, well, probably not the whole reason, but one of the main reasons why this movie was even made is because Sony Pictures was about to lose the license, and they have to give it back to Marvel, and they didn't want to, so they kind of made this movie so they can hold on to the license for a few more years. And quite honestly, you can tell that's exactly what happened here. This was just a, I'm sorry, it seemed like a hastily thrown together movie just so they can hold on to the license for another 10 years and probably drive this one into the ground too. I'm gonna say it, the 2002 Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was better. Yeah, I said it. A lot of people might have been like, well, that movie sucked, he was a terrible Peter Parker, you know, think, well, you know what? Andrew Garfield did not do a better job. I'm sorry, but first of all, and I know this might be a little nitpicky nerd rage coming up here, but first of all, Peter Parker doesn't skateboard. Alright? And secondly, everybody complained about in Spider-Man 3 how, oh, he was so emo, he was wearing the black and he was emo. Well, you know what Peter Parker doesn't do? He also doesn't wear those emo sleeves. You know the ones. They come like all the way up to here, and they got the hole for the thumb, you know, whatever like that. I mean, no, he don't wear that. It's stupid. And they didn't even, like, I don't know, and the way, he just didn't fit the role. It didn't work. He just could not do Peter Parker. I'm sorry. There's so much, there's a lot more that I want to talk about in this movie, a lot more I want to discuss, but like I said, I've got to keep the spoiler free. So I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Maybe like further down the line, few weeks, few months, when everybody had a chance to see the movie, and if anybody wants to know what I really thought about the movie at that point, I'll go into the whole detail, like spoilers and all, whatever, but right now I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to keep the spoiler free. Like I said, a lot of the elements they had in there would have worked, they just didn't seem to do it right. I mean, Emma Stone's portrayal of Gwen Stacy was actually pretty decent. I like that. I thought she did pretty good with Gwen Stacy. That was alright. Dennis Leary as Captain Stacy was also pretty good. I thought good use of the Lizard. He did make a very interesting villain. I think, you know, they did portray. I think he looked a little too much like Killer Croc for my taste, though. I mean, they could have made more. Could have accented his face a bit more, make it more lizard-like. Instead, it was like just some flat, like regular face with no nose. It just didn't. It didn't really fit as a lizard and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of other stuff that just they did hastily and did whatever thing. There is like really no interaction whatsoever. I know this might be okay. This is going to be a bit of a spoiler, but there really is no type of interaction whatsoever with the Daily Bugle. They completely glossed over that part. Didn't even bother with it. They made one mention where you see a stack of Daily Bugle and says picture reward for pictures of pictures of lizard. Yeah, they have that, but other than that, that's the only reference they do there. I mean, in the first Spider-Man movie, the 2002 version Spider-Man movie, they were able to fit everything in there within the same amount of time that they, like, the movies were equal in length, basically, and they were able to fit everything and make it work in the 2002 movie. That they just, a lot of stuff I think they could have put in here, but they didn't bother to do it. I mean, they mishandled a lot of things. I mean, like, some of the characters I thought were good. Like I said, Martin Sheen did a pretty good Uncle Ben, and Emma Stone, so like that. The Flash Thompson guy, well, you know, to be fair, in the 2002, the Flash Thompson character wasn't portrayed at all that good at all either. So that's, both versions of Flash Thompson were just whatever. They probably just could have skipped over that. There are a few other things. They remade, like, once again retold how the spiders were made, or how the spiders that gave them his power came into existence. I'm not gonna say how they did that, but you know, you'll see how that is. So basically, like I said, it basically, and I'm not kidding, looks exactly what it is, and that is a quick cash grab attempt for Sony Pictures to keep the Spider-Man license for another few years. And I don't know. I just, you know, the whole the way Kurt Connors, that was alright. Like I said, a lot of the characters, I just, you know, Peter Parker, like, did not fit at all. They did not portray him at all. I thought maybe, okay, they were trying to make it go with a different direction with them, and that's okay, but it didn't really work. The one thing I did actually kind of like, and there's a bunch of other stuff, like I said, one thing I did like is, like, they kept showing in scenes where he was Peter Parker, where his face is actually all beat up. I thought that did kind of add a realistic take to it, so that was okay. Like, he comes in and like his hand's like, what happened to your face? Whatever. Maybe she thinks he's out getting into fights because his uncle died and he's very upset about it. So what they do there is actually pretty interesting. So, like I said, it's not, I'm not going to say it's a bad movie. I'm not going to say it's a good movie either. I don't know. So I couldn't, I don't know. So if I were gonna go ahead, you know what, I'm not gonna rate it. Fuck that. I don't rate movies. Like, I'm not using the whole rate scale. No ratings. Sorry. Don't mean to disappoint you. I'm not rating this. But yeah, basically I'm saying watch it at your own risk. I mean, I already know the movie's gonna make its billions and get its sequel, so that's whatever. So yeah, basically that's that. That's my thoughts on the Spider movie. I just did not think it was that great. I mean, they did all this hype, this promotion. It just didn't. It's not Avengers worthy, all right? Because that's like, I'm telling you right now, for the next couple of years, all the Marvel movies are going to be like compared to the Avengers. And there is rumors that Spider-Man is going to show up in the second Avengers movie. I don't know too much about that. So yeah, unfortunately, we're going to be stuck with this iteration of Spider-Man for the next 10 years, at least. So, and it's probably going to follow the same pattern as all the other movies. Like, they're going to part 2, and it's going to be good, and they're going to do part 3, and it's going to suck. That is a theory in a video I'm saving for another time. If I ever get around to it, it'd be like a really interesting discussion I want to put out there. So, yeah, if any of you saw the movie, let me know what you thought. I thought while it was a decent movie, it was a good way to kill 2 hours, I guess. Just, you know, it was mishandled, and it just didn't work. I'm sorry, it didn't work. So I have mixed emotion on this one. It's like, I don't want to hate it. I don't know how to feel it. It's like, I have mixed emotion on this one. I don't want to, like, I don't know. So, yeah, basically, when the movie was first announced, I had instincts to just go ahead and ignore the movie, and I should have stuck with it, so. But, yeah, so, whatever. So, that's that. That's my quick little Spider-Man review. Quick cash-in Spider-Man review, so. There you go, and I will see you guys eventually. Or you'll see me. Well, you know how it works.